Just to give you some brief history, this is one of the oldest cheese center, was established in 1939. And it was basically set up to help cottonseed farmer because Texas being growing a lot of cotton here, they need somebody to work on the cotton. And then until 1956, they start working other than cottonseed, especially soybeans, canola, rapeseed, sunflower, other oilseed. They said, okay, well, we can change the name called Oilseed Processing Center. Once you remove the oil from the oilseed, you left with protein. And that time in 1970s, protein was a hard item, especially in African countries, underdeveloped countries. And they said, okay, we're going to use all this protein from the oilseeds to go into this human nutrition. Therefore, they changed the name called Food Protein R&D Center. Well, we don't only work on the food protein area because we work on a lot of different areas. If you see our centers, you will see we work in processing oilseed, of course, and also processing aquatic feed, fish feed, processing pet food, processing margarines, biofuels. Therefore, we thought maybe we can change the name called Process Engineering R&D Center. Therefore, since 2016, we are known as the Process Engineering R&D Center. And it is not only the center which used to work on cottonseed. No, we are working on multiple different areas. Mostly our emphasis on to develop the process for the industry where we can reduce the cost, reduce the energy, and make it more efficient. Therefore, we work with a lot of biofuel companies. We work with a lot of some of the waste recovery, and also work with recycling some of that byproduct so we can improve the value. And that's what we do right now in this center.
So when and how did the center wind up on what's now called the Rellis campus?
Yeah. We used to be actually on the main campus. Then they said, okay, this center need their own building. Therefore, they gave us a building on the west campus across the railway line. Since we work with the oilseed extraction, which take place with a solvent, which could be flammable, therefore they did not want us to do any of the work on campus while the students are there. Therefore, they told us we're going to put you a buildings at that time used to be Riverside campus up there for the extraction. They put first two building 1978 where we prepare the processing oilseed, and then the other building is for the extraction of the oilseed. Then after 2 years, 1980s, they put other two buildings for refinery of the oils, processing of the oils. And we still have a headquarter in the main campus, but our 4 building was in the Rellis campus. We are running out of space because we are working with a lot of agro-bio industries, and they needed other facility, and they put this building called GLP, Good Lab Practices, a new building 1998. And therefore, we also have now 5th building here that time, so we can work mostly under GLP, which is basically EPA approved facility. And then when there was relocations and there was rearrangement on main campus, we were asked to move to this building so that they can use that building for more educational purposes. Therefore, 3 years ago, we moved here, and we moved this main building, which is called 8525, used to be GLP. We changed the name. We called now Process Engineering R&D Center, made this our headquarter. Now we are based here, and we do a lot of training program and our different work on this building. And therefore, we have currently now 5 buildings on Rellis campus.
So this is a new building. This wasn't repurposed from the military.
That was not just correct. This is a new building here. And 1978, the other buildings that we built that time was there also, was built specifically for us. But it was, we used to have 1 or 2 buildings also where we do a lot of cotton ginning. That was the old time when there was the barrack, that we used to have that one. And then when they want to renovate all the Rellis campus and everything, we were told to move our equipment from that building because they want to demolish these buildings. Therefore, we have to remove all our cotton ginning equipment from these Rellis old buildings that used to be Air Force base and all that. Also, we used to have a warehouses here, which had a lot of our equipments here. And since they're going to demolish that as well, therefore we have to move all our equipment from that warehouses there. These were the original building, we were using it. But right now, this is a new building.
So who are the partners that you work with?
We work with almost every food or feed industry, you name it. All the major player in the oilseed crops, you can say Coca-Cola, Pepsi-Cola, you can say Frito-Lay, you can say ADM, Cargill, Bunge, Sole. You name any food company, you name any feed company, we work with them one way or another way. We process and we develop their R&D work here, and then they take these things and then they, of course, go ahead and utilize that in the commercial application. Therefore, all the biotech, all the new seed companies, all the oil seed, all the algae company, all the renewable sources, all the extractions, everything, that's our partners that we work here. Therefore, they've been coming here since 1978 to work with us.
And there's an extension/education component to what you do too.
That is correct. In 35 years ago, we also, other than doing the research, industry needed training. How we can train the operators to run that oil mill, and how can we train a person run a plant. Therefore, we start giving here a training on oilseed processing. Therefore, since 35 years, we've been doing a lot of training programs on not only on the oilseed processing, but extractions and oilseed refining, making a fish feed, aquatic feed. We just finished our 25th annual aqua feed course, and 4 years ago, we finished our 25th hour feed and pet food course. And next week we're going to do it, our 20th annual food course. Therefore, we have people come from the industry and we're giving them education. And just to give you an example, just last course we had 30 people. Only 6 of them was from US, but rest of them are all from other countries. Therefore, I think we represented 13 different countries in that course. But some of our courses have more than 20 different countries. Therefore, you can imagine people come from all over the world to Rallis campus to see what we do here.
How long have you been here, and in your mind, what are some of the most significant contributions that this program has made?
I've been here for 26 years. This is my 26th year. And our major contribution is that we have trained more than, I will say, 15,000, maybe a workforce development, we can say it, a lot of people here that who has gone through there. And I think also the major contribution is that our center is on the world map. And people, if you can imagine, from all the way from Australia to Brazil to go all the way to any of the African country, they will knew that time who food protein is. Now they will know who Process Engineering R&D Center is. Therefore, every time you talk any part of the world about oilseed, they say, yeah, we know Texas A&M, we know that center there, and we know that we've been there for the training. And I travel a lot, I go there, I see that very proudly they have developed, put up their certificate there on the wall that I was on the A&M on your course. Therefore, I think that is a very good feeling when you see that 15,000 people have gone through here getting the training from our center.